So Musk is putting his own cash at stake, it seems. He signaled this on his fourth quarter call, didn't he?
Well, he signaled it because they're burning money like crazy. It's signaled because they're blowing through hundreds of millions of dollars in cash, nearly $1 billion of free cash flow loss in the last quarter. Interesting that he's buying a little bit of stock here. He sold a bunch of stock last year, so this trading in his own stock is an interesting thing here. But $1.2 billion, we'll call it, $1.15 billion, is not a lot for a company that burnt, by my recollection, $960 million last quarter. They've announced capital expenditure plans before July to spend another $2 billion, and that's just to get them to there. So this is not a lot of money for a company that does need a lot of money, and it's curious. It suggests that they might have to come back again.
But the share price rises on the back of it in after-hours trading, up about 2%. What do you think is the relief here, that finally it's being announced in some sort of way and perhaps is smaller than maybe many a participant?
It's a lifeline. It's a lifeline to a company that's got enormous financial challenges ahead of it and needs money to keep going and needs an inflow of money. So the fact that they, give a starving man a quarter pounder, that's good, right? It's a start, but they've got a lot of work to do here, and I'm sure Elon will be the first to admit that they've got a lot of work to do, and they've got a lot of money that they're going to have to spend. It also looks like the results that we saw in the previous quarter, not the quarter just reported, the quarter before that, really were a one-time phenomenon of not paying suppliers and stretching out payments as long as possible, and that they can't really pull that trick too many times here because the suppliers want to get paid.
Suppliers want to get paid, particularly when they're coming on the road, pardon the pun, with the Model 3. This is where the money is going to be used, they say, in particular. It's all about as the big push. He mentioned, Elon Musk said, look, it was going to bring them close to the edge, is the phrase he used. But the Model 3 is where really the investment is going in at the moment.
Yeah, so we'll see. I'm going to have to go through and read the filings. I'm sure there's always interesting tidbits when you read a filing. It literally just hit. But it's a curious time for this company because they're going from this niche maker of very expensive cars for very select people to a much bigger thing. They said they're going to sell these cars for $35,000. This also might suggest that the equipment that they're getting in their factory, they're somehow leasing and not buying, so their expenditures might not have to be as great going forwards, because the suggestions have been out there, even at $2 billion in spending for the first half of this year, it wouldn't be anywhere near enough money to build a real automotive manufacturing facility with the capacity of a Ford or a Daimler or an Audi or so on.
I mean, we're just getting an update to the overall picture being painted, and really Bloomberg saying this is going to cushion the balance sheet of the smaller and youngest publicly held US automaker and helping it ramp up. This isn't just an automaker, though. This is a company that delves into batteries. Elon Musk has been making sale after sale via Twitter, it would seem, to Australia, now the Ukraine.
Well, the battery business has been a big disappointment. The suggestions were from the battery business that we'd see over $100 million, even up to $300 million in revenue from that business. It's given us less than 100. So it's been a much worse than what the predictions were when they first announced the battery business. Furthermore, they've got this solar city, as I said earlier on Bloomberg TV. It's a tire fire. It's a disaster when it comes to free cash flow. And they've bolted on this burning hunk of tires to this Tesla business. That's another real problem for them when it comes to conserving cash, because they're burning it so aggressively.